blazeinsurance.com or call 725-0070 for a free quote today. Sunny skies today with a high of 79 degrees and a slight breeze from the north. Tonight, patchy fog after 4 a.m., otherwise mostly clear skies, overnight low of 56 and calm wind. Sunday's weather, sunshine with a high of 83 and calm wind. Monday, sunshine and 88. Tuesday, sunshine and 86. Wednesday, sunshine and 82. Thursday, partly sunny skies and 82. And on Friday, mostly sunny skies with a high near 82 degrees. Currently outside our Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio here on Park Avenue in Woonsocket, the temperature is 56 degrees.
WOON Radio.
Good morning and welcome to the Cheap Seats with Pat and Kevin on this beautiful, glorious Saturday morning. I'm Kevin Callahan, and this week we are joined by Matt Callahan, subbing in for Pat Holland, who is in the real world today working, and we got a big show. We'll have Pat back next week as well, and we're going to be joined a little bit later on in studio by Marty Crowley, the Cumberland High School Athletic Director. So he'll be here as well to talk about all things going on at Cumberland. Big news going on there in the last couple of weeks. But let's kick things right off the bat at 7 o'clock tonight on ESPN Plus. The Burrillville Little League team, state champions for the first time since 1972, will be taking on a team from New York. And we're going to go right to the phone lines. We're going to go to Steve DeTottencourt, if I hope I said his name right. Steve, are you there?
I am here, sir.
All right, Steve. You're in the cheap seats with Kevin Callahan, with my son Matt, subbing in for the regular Pat Holland today, and Marty Crowley is also joining us in the studio to talk some things Cumberland later on in the show. But let's get things started. Everything going on with you guys. First of all, congrats on winning the state championship for the first time since 1972. When did you get the sense that this was a special group that could do some great things?
We started to really see it when they were 10 years old, 10 going on to their 11-year-old year. They really started to turn the corner and develop as a team and a group. We had a couple of players start to come forward as leaders on the team. And then this past winter, during winter workouts and things like that we do for our league, we could really see that we had something special, and it came together like we hoped it would. Before this whole thing started, we met with our parents and we told them that we needed their boys hopefully the whole summer, and we believe that we could do it. And at first, I don't know if everyone did, but here we are now,
And that's great. And you got the parents on board. We've on our show, and we've been on for about a little over a year now. And every once in a while, the issue of youth parents does come up and rear its head. So I'm glad you got the parents on board.
Yeah, our families have been unbelievable. Just this past week, after we punched that ticket to Bristol, they really came forward, helped us get all the food and water and everything that we need for the kids. A lot goes into this behind the scenes. It's not just get on a bus and come down here and play baseball. We got to feed these kids for as long as we're here. We got to take care of their laundry. We have mothers doing laundry. It's taking them 4 hours a day. They're down here. We have downtime, and the boys are with all the other teams from around the East Coast. There's three regions here, 12 teams, and the moms behind the scenes are all doing laundry and just keeping things going for us.
That's fantastic.
Hey, I get a question. Congratulations on your team. That's amazing. That's fantastic. How has the town of Burrillville reacted to you guys? I'm sure it's got to be an amazing feeling, not only for you, but for the kids as well. It's also an amazing experience as it is, but how is the town of Burrillville really dove into you guys?
The town has been incredible. From the small businesses that we have in Burrillville, can't say enough about Elena's Bar and Grill. The other night they had a little fundraising opportunity for the kids. George's Pizza, taco shop had everyone out front. Little General, people just reaching out from all over. This morning, my phone's been going nonstop with wishes of good luck and people reaching out from my past growing up in Burrillville and all that, and telling us good luck and congratulations and all that, the end of the day, I think everyone's proud of these boys, and hopefully we can get a win. But no matter what, the experience and what we've done thus far, this is something they'll never be able to get rid of, you know?
You know, like me growing up, too, going to Cooperstown and everything, growing up, I mean, that was the greatest experience of my life as a kid. But, like, you know, traveling and playing for your town, your city, like, your state, like, that's unbelievable. I mean, that's something you can't even really explain. It's a feeling like no other, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I think they're still riding on cloud nine right now, you know? I think once this runs over, you know, they're focused on the game tonight right now and the rest of this week. But at some point, whether this comes to an end here, Williamsport, obviously there's going to be an end, whether we win or lose. I think that's when they'll really be able to sit back and reflect and say, wow, I can't believe all this happened. You know, it happens fast. So right now I think they're just still in game mode trying to keep it steady.
So, Steve, I mean, you bring up tonight's game, and let's just jump right into it. You're playing, a team from New York tonight. It's on ESPN Plus at 7 o'clock. I looked it up this morning. ESPN Plus at 7 o'clock tonight. What do you know about the team from New York?
They're very similar to us. You know, they were an underdog, kind of. From what I understand, I was talking to their coaches yesterday. Our kids, they've been hanging out with their kids. You know, I mean, it's when you're here, everyone's together. They're a great family-oriented team. You know, they got a couple big kids like we do. They have the middle of the pack, and then there's a couple of smaller kids. They look just like a regular Little League team. They have that a kid named Kat. I assume that we're going to be facing him tonight. He's a big kid. He's got to be pushing 6 feet from what I know of him. I talked to him yesterday. Very nice kid. Great hitter. We're going with our guy tonight, so that's kind of how we're running it. You know, we're playing to win this thing. We win tonight, win Monday, and then we wait till Friday, or we come home. You know, it is what it is. We're going for the win. We're not going to get cute. We're not going to do anything crazy.
Got to win today before tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Coach, good morning. Congratulations.
They're getting our ace, and there's no secret, you know?
Yeah. Coach, I have a question for you. How do you try to keep things normal in terms of a baseball sense with all the hoopla going around?
Well, it's kind of hard to hide the stuff off the field, you know what I mean? There's a lot of attention around these guys. We had media all week, you know. As you've seen, we were at WPRI. We were at 10 to 10. ABC was at our field, Projo, everyone. You know, they've been great, supportive. All the media's been great. You guys, it's just on the field, we just keep doing the same routine. We didn't change anything. We're just going to play Little League baseball against another team of Little Leaguers. You know, there's no reason to change what we've been doing. It's been working. So tonight at 4 o'clock, we'll be hitting before the game just like we would any other game in our park. LaJoy or anywhere like that, you know what I mean?
Well, Steve, you know you made it when you're on the cheap seats with Pat and Kevin, so you know that is the big time. So
there we are.
So, Steve, what is the pitch count for your starting pitcher tonight?
He's good. I mean, his pitch count's going to be 85.
85.
You know, if we need him to go the distance, unless something changes during the game that we see we need to make a move or do something different. Right now, it's his ball, his game, and he's going after him.
All right, and really quick, the team from New York. What town are they from? Do you know?
They're St. John Smithtown. I don't know the exact town. I'm not 100%, but as far as I know, their shirts say Smithtown Little League on them. I'm not too familiar with the geography of New York, but
let's throw them in upstate New York. If it's not Manhattan, it's upstate then. Right?
yeah.
I'm sure they haven't heard of Burrowville either. So.
No.
And just a quick follow-up to what my son was talking about before when he was in Cooperstown. I don't know if you've ever been to that Field of Dreams complex to see the kids out there trading pins and just interacting with all the other kids. I can only wish for that experience for you as coaches, but mostly for your 12 players on the team.
Yeah, the funny story is these guys are trading pins here, but I'm scheduled to be in Cooperstown next week with my son's travel team. So,
oh my gosh,
obviously this is priority.
Yes.
This is unexpected and earned, so
Yes.
we keep moving forward from here. We're not going to be in Cooperstown, but I'm scheduled to be in Cooperstown Dreams Park on the 11th. So
I wish you all the luck in not being in Cooperstown
I know.
next week. I know you've done probably a ton of fundraising, and you got your own pins for that too. And I'm sure that stuff. But that's have you been to Field of Dreams?
I have not. This will be my first time going to Field of Dreams if I end up going there. I hope I don't.
I hope you
not see
don't.
it.
But it's not a bad consolation prize if you do.
No, so I'm going somewhere. I just don't know where it's going to be at.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Hey, Steve, thank you so much for joining us in the Cheap Seats with Pat and Kevin. I wish you all the luck tonight. Again, the Burrillville Little League team taking on New York in a double elimination tournament. So you got a minimum of at least 2 games. And if I'm not mistaken,
Yes,
Steve,
sir.
before I let you go, you have to win 2 to advance to Pennsylvania. Is that accurate?
3.
3. You have to win 3. Sorry. Yep. 3 games to advance to Pennsylvania. And all the tonight's game will be on ESPN Plus. I think at least all the games will be on ESPN Plus. Some might venture over to ESPN
Yeah.
as well. So-
Monday they start switching over to ESPN.
Oh, fantastic! So, well, you got the whole state behind you, Steve, and weirdly, you're in the metro region, not the New England region.
I know it's strange, but I've seen some of them Maine kids and New Hampshire kids walking around. Not too bad of a thing. They're some big boys.
Okay. Oh, and we just had a texter just call in. Smithtown is on Long Island, New York.
That's what I thought, but I didn't want to guess.
Yeah. So, all right. So you got to take out those Long Island Islanders anyway. So, best of luck tonight, Stephen. Thank you so much for joining us in the Cheap Seats.
Good luck.
Have a great day.
All right. You too.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. Steve DeConnicourt joining us from the Burrillville Little League as they take on Smithtown, as we just found out is in Long Island, New York. So let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to wrap up. We're going to blast through some local things and get you caught up. And we will also, as you've already seen, be joined by Marty Crowley talking about all things going on in Cumberland. There's been a lot of news in the last couple of weeks on the football side of things from the high school. So we'll be back in the Cheap Seats with Pat and Kevin right after these messages.
The latest Buick and GMC models are available at Tasca Buick GMC in Woonsocket. Buick Encore, Envision, Enclave, and Invista are on the lot waiting for you to take one for a test drive. New GMC crossovers, SUVs, as well as trucks and vans are also available. Thinking of a pre-owned vehicle? Tasca Buick GMC has more than 900 in stock, many under $15,000. Visit online, TascaBuickGMC.com, or stop into 55 Fortin Drive, Woonsocket. Tasca Buick GMC, you will be satisfied. And remember, there are no tariffs on the vehicles in stock at Tasca Buick GMC.
Lincoln and North Smithfield Urgent Care Centers are Northern Rhode Island's modern comprehensive urgent cares devoted to the best family health care available. They have board-certified doctors on their staff who will make you feel safe, comfortable, and reassured, especially when you're in doubt and concerned about the severity of your discomfort. Both centers feature on-site labs and x-ray facilities, as well as drug screens, complete physicals, flu shots, occupational medicine, including workers' comp and free blood screening. North Smithfield Urgent Care, 594 Great Road, North Smithfield, 768-3400. Open Monday through Friday 9 to 8 and Saturday 9 to 5. Lincoln Urgent Care, located across from Lincoln Mall, 333-9595. Open weekdays 9 to 9, Saturday and Sunday 9 to 5. You do have a choice.
Most automobile accidents, major or minor, are somewhat traumatic. They affect people's routine and employment, sometimes their health. That's why Micho's Auto Body is committed to addressing all phases of accidents, including repairs, reports, rentals, and stress. They offer the full package. Their promise is to give each person all that they are paying for and then some. Micho's Auto Body on Privilege Street in Woonsocket, 769-1983.
When disaster strikes, trust the experts at ServiceMaster by Gilmore. From water and fire restoration to mold remediation and emergency cleanup, we've been restoring peace of mind for over 40 years, now proudly serving all areas, including our newest service location in Rhode Island. No job is too big or too small. Day or night, we're here for you. Call ServiceMaster by Gilmore at 1-800-783-0552 or visit us at the web at www.svmgilmore.com. Restoration done right every time.
ON AM and FM.
And welcome back to the Cheap Seats with Pat and Kevin. Again, we want to thank Steve DeToncourt from Burrville Little League, coach of the team. We wish them all the luck at 7 o'clock tonight on ESPN Plus. Okay, let's just jump in to the local scene. Tyler Hertu helped Upper Deck Post 14 achieve walk-off status Thursday night. The 2025 Cumberland High graduate singling up the middle with the bases loaded to wrap up the program's fourth consecutive Rhode Island American League State Championship. Ground ball eluded South Kingstown's Post 39, drawn in infield, capped off a 3-2 affair that required 10 innings down at McCarthy Field. Man, I think you played at McCarthy Field. Pretty cool field down there. Next up for Upper Deck, the Northeast Regionals, which begin Wednesday at Worcester's Fitton Field. Good luck. Incredible how they got past South Kingstown, who was undefeated this year, including a sweep of Cumberland in the regular season, and then Cumberland just took care of Upper Deck, just taking care of business in the postseason. So congratulations to Upper Deck and good luck.
Yeah, a lot of that goes back to high school season 2, regular season, where we had a great 3-game series with South Kingstown to get to the state championship game, and a lot of the same cast members, but we have some guys from Lincoln, Woonsocket.
Yeah.
Local guys as well. Congratulations, Connor Allard's on the team, and good for the guys. 4 straight years, running to get there. It's unheard of, especially with changing characters as graduates, who's eligible, who's not eligible, and even who's around for the summer.
And the pressure that the players must feel like, oh my gosh, I'm new to the team. I got to produce with 3-time champions. Now they're 4-time champions. Yeah, they don't want to be part of the crew that blows it now, right?
Yeah, they got arms too. Joaquin Cardoso came on, pitched 5 innings of scoreless relief the other night. Cumberland grad. So they have arms.
Yes.
That'll keep them in games. It's just how well you play defense and how you hit, especially in that, the further you go along. Same thing as Bartleby.
Yeah.
The further you go along, the less mistakes you can afford to make.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And you know this from your days of coaching. You've been doing some coaching. I've done. You know there are games that you can go into that against a certain team. Some teams you can make a mistake and get away with it and still win. And there are certain games that you just know you cannot make a mistake against and still expect to win. So that's a great point. As they move on to the Northeast Regional, which I'm sure the ultimate goal is to get to the American Legion World Series, which would be incredible. And that's probably about 2 weeks from now.
They came close last year. They made it to the final game, and they got knocked out in the regional title game.
It's tough. But so good luck, Upper Deck Post 14.
Then we got Cumberland's Emily Ramondi, who will enter her senior year at Cumberland High School and is a goaltender for the Northern Rhode Island Yeti Girls' high school hockey team. Played in the state's inaugural A Shot for Life Classic high school hockey game on Saturday, July 12th, at Route 146's Rhode Island Sports Center. This game was a fundraiser which raised money for the Cancer Research Center at Mass General Hospital. Each player made a commitment to raise at least $1,000, and all of them totaled more than $70,000. Ramondi baked cakes from scratch and sold them for $24 a piece, with every dollar going towards the fundraiser.
And Marty, you said you know Emily. It's what a great cause, Shot for Life. It's expanded now down to Rhode Island. It's telling you off air. My daughter, for the second year in a row, just got picked again for a softball competition. Everybody has to raise at least $1,000. That's the commitment they make, and it's what an honor and what a great cause. And Emily, you said, is just a fantastic player and person.
Phenomenal. She is the epitome of an education-based athletics student. She's a great kid, involved in what she does. She's involved in the band as well, and she's a pretty good hockey goalie as well. She was sophomore year her goalie when we were still in the co-op with Lincoln up at Mount St. Charles, and then when that dissolved, we went to Bartleby last year, and she, Coach Courtney Lacey said, she just really did a nice job for her, and she's a good kid.
Yeah,
and she's very involved in our community, but. like you were talking off air prior. Mike Slowinia, I believe if I say his name properly. It started with basketball. And now look how much it's expanded into other sports.
Yeah, because I remember it a few years ago. When my daughter was selected last year, I'm like, oh, I thought this was only a basketball thing, literally a shot for life, and it's expanding now. It's expanding states and just the cause. I mean, there's nobody out there that has been touched, by cancer in some form or another. So just the cause is incredible. So. Okay, moving on. In Game 1 of the quarterfinals of the New England Collegiate Baseball League playoffs, the Newport Gulls beat my favorite team, the Mystic Schooners. My son played for the Mystic Schooners for about a quarter of the season. 1-0 at Cardines Field, the bottom of the 6th inning. A leadoff walk followed by another walk, then an error by the right fielder of the Schooners, loaded the bases, nobody out, a sac fly to right, produced the only run of the game, an unearned run at that, gave the Gulls a 1-0 victory and a 1-0 lead in the best-of-3 series. Series switches to Mystic tonight, and they're actually going to play that game at Dodd Stadium at 6:35. Should a Game 3 be necessary, be back at Cardines Field tomorrow night at 6:30, and once again, Cardines sold out. I've looked it up. I always thought it was 3,000 was their sellout, but they keep reporting 2,889. It's oddly specific. That must be the sellout at Cardines Field, but incredible how well they do and how well they draw.
The Woo Sox, playing in their longest homestand of the year, are currently 3-1 on their homestand with a doubleheader sweep last night, 3-2 and 5-1 versus Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. The same two teams played today at 4:05, tomorrow at 1:05. Then Buffalo comes in for a 6-game series starting Tuesday night at 6:45. Speaking of the Woo Sox, in our Christian Campbell watch, Campbell began with the Woo Sox June 21st. After the game July 18th, Campbell was hitting 186. Since then, he is hitting 404, 18 for 44. He currently has a 12-game hitting streak and has raised his average to 273 and has a 373 OBP. In the last week alone, he has 13 hits and 2 homers. He is going off.
Yeah, he went off. I mean, Matt and I were actually, and my other son, Tim, Tim wasn't there. We were with friends, and we were at the game where his average dropped to 186. Like, what is going on with this kid? All we needed was for us to leave the game, and he took off from there. In New England Revolution news, old friend and goalkeeper Matt Turner returns to the Revs for the first time since 2022. After earning the #1 goalkeeping job for the U.S. national team, Turner went to play in Europe, struggled there, moved around, even losing his U.S. national team job to goalie Matt Freese. Turner's hoping to turn his career and the Revs season around. The Revs currently sit in first. No, they do not sit in first place. They sit in 11th place, 10 points out of a playoff spot. They'll play next week at home, next Saturday night against DC United. They are still reeling, and the best way to describe it is they lost to a team last week, 3-1. It would be like the Red Sox losing to the Colorado Rockies, 19-0. That's how bad of a team they lost to at home last week, and they've had to sit on that for about 2 weeks. So.
And then we got RIFC, who will be in Pittsburgh tonight before returning home Wednesday night at 7 o'clock for a game against Detroit FC. RIFC just 2 points out of the 8th and last playoff spot, looks to make their playoff push starting tonight. October 3rd, Centerville Bank Stadium will host college football for the first time. The Governor's Cup game featuring Brown and URI will take place at 7 o'clock. Tickets are now on sale for that event.
Yeah, interesting. Marty, have you been to Centerville Bank Stadium yet? I haven't been yet. Have you been?
Great venue. We went to opening day.
Did you?
And we had tickets to see him play against the Revs, but I had a game that night. But it's a great facility, fan-friendly. They rolled all the stops. It's fun, and it's a good place to go watch some professional soccer.
Yeah, and I'm excited about Brown URI playing football there. I mean, obviously college football is not in the mainstream here in Rhode Island like it is in other parts of the country. 10,000 seats. I think there's a good chance that they could sell that game out. One, the novelty of playing in a new stadium. And then URI's got a good team. Brown's always pretty good in the Ivy League. I think it's a chance for the whole state to come watch. I don't know what the tickets are priced at, but I'm definitely interested. Though it's a Friday night, so we probably got a game on ON. But too bad they should move that to a Saturday afternoon game. But all right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to go to Marty, who's got some big Cumberland High School news. He's also going to stick with us for the rest of the hour when we dive into the Red Sox as well. And did they do enough at the trade deadline? But we'll get into that. And how does Marty feel about Cedric Mullins leaving? He can't be too happy about that as he's shaking his head. So we'll be back. You're in the cheap seats with Pat and Kevin on 99.5 FM, 1240 AM, and WoonSocketRadio.com.
Stay on top of your vehicle's maintenance. Good advice from State Line Service and Tire and their full service, including suspension systems, transmission maintenance, heating and air conditioning, emission control testing, and addressing computer problems. Don, Kevin, and Sean believe in staying on top. Check their website for money-saving coupons, StateLineAutoservice.com. They can also provide your service history and automatic service reminders. State Line Service and Tire, 1209 Social Street, Woonsocket.
Woonsocket Door Sales, a fourth-generation family business, has served southern New England since 1935. They can handle all types of projects from the simpler residential installations to more complex commercial projects, always concerned with infrastructure and framework for the perfect fit. They even install doors for fire stations and medical facilities. Installation and repair. Woonsocket Door Sales, 767-3448. They'll remove and dispose the old doors. Woonsocket Door Sales, 767-3448.
The world-class distributor of all things electrical is Electrical Wholesalers. They are a full-service electrical distributor with branches throughout Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and New Hampshire. Locally, they're at 113 Clinton Street next to KFC here in Woonsocket, with other locations in Cranston and Franklin, Massachusetts. Electrical Wholesalers provides the highest quality service to electrical contractors as well as residential, commercial, and industrial customers. Electrical Wholesalers is open Monday through Friday, 7 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon. Visit ew-ne.com. Electrical Wholesalers. It's here. It's the last day and night of the 2025 Holy Trinity Parish Carnival on the parish grounds at Park Square in Woonsocket. Relive memories, make new ones, ride all your favorite Rockwell amusement rides. Plus today, from 1 to 5 only, our final pay one price to ride all the rides till 5 p.m. Our final day starts at 11 a.m. with a massive parish yard sale till 5 p.m. during the pay one price rides matinee. More food trucks than ever before. Mickey G's Clam Shack, Bugged Out Barbecue, Massimo's Italian food, Methods of a Mad Woman fusion dishes, alien ice cream, not your average popcorn, Dell's Lemonade, and more. Bingo from 6 to 10. It's the culmination of 4 nights and one great afternoon of summertime fun at the Holy Trinity Parish Carnival till 11 o'clock tonight. Be there or wait till next year.
ON Radio.
And welcome back to the Cheap Seats with Pat and Kevin. I'm Kevin Callahan, joined by my son Matt Callahan and by Marty Crowley. And Matt, you have a you do not. Okay, we're gonna go right to Marty. Thanks, Matt.
False alarm. False
alarm. All right, Marty. Thank you for joining us in studio this week. And we wanted to have you on a couple weeks ago. We were busy. We actually had guests on, then you were away, but. But in the meantime, lots of things happening. It's this been the busiest couple of weeks for you this late in the summer. What can you tell us about Josh Lima going to the Jacksonville Jaguars? Let's just start off with that. We haven't touched on that yet.
We got a couple of weeks ago on a Wednesday, Coach Lima gave me a phone call and said, actually he sent me a text and said, "You have a minute to talk?" And coaches do that all the time. And
sure,
absolutely. So we gave him a phone call, and then he said, "Well, I got good news for me and maybe some bad news for you." And I'm like, and he just alluded to the fact that he was going to the NFL with Jacksonville. And, the first words out of my mouth were that, what an amazing opportunity. Congratulations.
Yeah.
He's done, how can you not say no to the National Football League?
And what a jump. I mean, it's, you follow some coaches around in at the college baseball sense. I see an assistant coach at Wheaton becomes a head coach at Rhode Island College, Division III, goes to Division I Northeastern as an assistant, and goes over to Brown as the head baseball coach. There's your typical progression, and I'm sure he did some stuff in high school. You don't usually go from high school to the NFL.
Yeah, I know that Josh had done an 8-day internship down there prior in the spring. He went down there to do an internship with the Jags, and kind of something that I don't know what it was about, but he said he did do an internship, and he must have impressed them enough to land a position. I don't know what his official title is yet.
Right.
Going down there, but they opened camp last Tuesday, and he flew out Monday morning and was there Monday morning, and the rookies I think were a day prior, and he's ready to go. So it's a huge kudos to him and his family, and obviously being 11 years at the helm of our football program. He helped continue a rich tradition of football. I know you guys, we me included, that we broadcast a lot of Cumberland games over the years, and the team's always competitive. They always compete, and they play at the highest level, and that's what you want out of a football program.
Now, and I know from my point of view as a broadcaster taking over, I think for you, Marty, is doing the games. I always appreciated Josh for his openness, willingness to talk to us. He did an interview with Pat last year. We kind of did like a high school preview. Always willing to talk to us, responding to emails, and very shocked like you. Probably not as much as you, but shocked. But just to go from the high school ranks to the NFL is just. It's just something you do not see. And even, I don't want to diminish any role, but let's just say he's the assistant video guy. Yeah. He's with, and who knows what his role is, but he's in the NFL right now.
Well, obviously his in is Liam Cohen, right? The head coach.
Yep, the head coach of Liam.
They been communicating daily for the last, 20, 25 years,
right.
Whatever. But irregardless, he had to earn the job. Just because you just can't give a job to somebody, hey, he's my friend, I want to give him a job. He had to earn it.
Right.
And so with that, he did. And once that happened, that put us into automatic go mode, as I said here on Coffee Inn. We'll be quick, but not in a hurry, and we'll be prudent and diligent in what we do.
Right. So okay. So just this week, you and Brendan McGeer put it in the Blackstone Valley Call-in Times. You got yourself a new coach. What can you tell us about your new coach, Matt?
Yeah, we're excited to have Matt LaRoche step up and be the next head coach of our storied football program. Matt has been with our program for 6 years. He's an educator at the high school. He was the O coordinator, the run game coordinator, and offensive coordinator, co-offensive coordinator with Josh. Josh is a very brilliant offensive mind. And you saw the year that Evan Spencer had last year.
Gatorade Player of the Year.
And, and Andy Ray the year before.
Yes.
And so Matt's really kind of, just stepping up to the next role. We interviewed multiple candidates with a search committee, and second interviews were done, and we announced Coach LaRoche the other day. So the guys were happy, the community's happy. We've heard nothing but positive reviews from our base, and it's just Coach LaRoche said, let's just keep doing what we're doing. We want to be the best public football school in the state of Rhode Island.
There was a funny quote in Blackstone Valley Call-in Times. I guess he knows everything about the offensive line. Now he's got to dive into the passing game. He's got to learn a little bit more, and know Evan Spencer to work with on that. So it's maybe he's got a little bit extra to learn as well in that category.
Yeah, we had a little turnover the last couple of years, but they'll get it done.
Right.
The great thing about playing in Attleboro, the same thing. It's education-based athletics. You coach who walks through the door.
Yes.
And if your players are better as people first,
yes,
and as players second, by the time they leave, then you've been successful as a coach.
Absolutely. Totally. Yeah. Yeah, and you see that at all levels. It's the kids that play. It's it's academics, and the respect of the game, and then quality play. It's you got to hit all three. So you have an interesting thing happening this Thanksgiving, right. For the first time since probably it could be ever. Who knows? That's a tough one to go back. But you're going to have two brand new coaches. However, both coaches were promoted from within. Woonsocket has their new coach, Brett Coderre. He was been elevated from assistant coach to head coach. Obviously, Matt LaRoche also elevated, but you got two rookie coaches going against each other on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Brendan and I were talking about that. We were trying to figure out, and Eric Benavides as well. We were trying to figure out when the last time two rookie coaches were, and we're trying to work through it at some point in time, because either one guy was already there and the other guy came in.
Right.
But congratulations to Brett too.
Yeah.
Also an educator at Woonsocket High School. Good kid, wore that uniform, was a phenomenal player for Woonsocket. History teacher at the high school. So, it's good for him. It's good for the Woonsocket program that they found a guy Charlie was very successful.
Yes.
You can't knock that about Charlie, who now is coaching down at Rogers High School.
Yeah, you had told me right before we coming out of the commercial break, and I missed that down at Rogers. So
Newport.
Yeah, in Newport.
In Newport.
So you don't usually see people from north of Providence willingly go south of Providence in Rhode Island for a job. So I'm sure he moved.
I'm not sure about that, but I know that Miss Giardino and the whole soccer athletic staff are very excited to have Brett in charge of their program. And also this year we're going to do a pre-Thanksgiving Day get-together with Woonsocket and Cumberland seniors and coaching staff, and turn it into maybe a little mini press conference or just a little mini reception prior to. We'll make sure you're aware of that.
Yeah.
If you want to come in and interview people, but we're going to try to
That'd be super cool.
Reestablish what we believe is one of the greatest football rivalries in the state of Rhode Island.
I like to promote it as like the third longest because it's continuous. I know you got some
Stonington, West.
Stonington, you can't beat that one.
Yeah, and then LaSalle's, Providence, and then Coventry, West Warwick, and we're right behind them.
Right, and I think they actually had a break one year. That's why I like to promote Cumberland Woonsocket as the third longest continuous, but you are fourth most games.
Yeah.
But so do you know? And not that you know everything about Woonsocket. Do you know anything about the new field for Woonsocket High School? Is it on pace? Is the open?
I believe I believe it is on pace.
Okay.
You drive by, you can't get in there. It's construction. I saw some drone footage of it the other day. So they're making progress.
Great.
But that would be a question from Mr. Giardino.
Oh, right, yeah.
I wouldn't have that. Barry is still the same.
Yep.
It's I would go there and I walk there. It's a lot of history at that field.
A lot of history, yes.
Because at one point we played there was high school baseball up there. If you couldn't get to Reno, you went up there.
Yep.
At one point I played Little League up there when there's a Little League field up there. So it's a great spot, and it's kudos to Woonsocket for the new elementary school is going to go up there. The George Nasuti Elementary School is going to go in the back corner there. So they're doing good with Barry.
Oh, good. And just as a broadcaster, I'm hoping for a new press box as well. And as I was disappointed to see the Burrillville thing kind of fall through on their new field a couple of years ago. I asked for I don't care what you do with the field, if you could just build a press box, because it's really tough broadcasting from the Rock.
Mandeville Rock, right?
The Mandeville Rock. Yes.
You got to hope nobody unplugs your cord when you broadcast. And it's great when they're coming to you, but when they go down the far side.
10 years ago it would have been fine, but now my eyes are getting weaker. I need them to be on the 10-yard line now in front of me instead of just my side of the 50.
You'd be running with them.
Yeah, I wish I could go running with them, but then in my shape, I'm kind of exhausted.
I have to thank North Smithfield too, because for a while we were broadcasting from the knoll at North Smithfield High School before they put a press box in, and we were going in the back of Dave's car, and he'd throw the antenna up because that's the only place we get service in North Smithfield. So that was always an interesting place to broadcast. But they did a nice job on when they redid that field, Veterans Field, and it's a great spot to broadcast from.
So the last question I have before break in regards to the local stuff, I see, and I'm sure Cumberland's on track for this as well. Down in Beaufort, Georgia, they just built a new football stadium with 10,000 seats, 15 luxury suites, 3,500 square foot scoreboard, and a 2-story field house with locker rooms. How's progress on that going at Cumberland High School, Marty?
Yeah, we broke ground. Yeah, that's not
for anyone that's taking that question seriously.
It's a $62 million high school stadium.
Man,
that's for a high school.
For a high school, yeah.
Well, it's funny. I was at one of my athletic directors conferences, and baseball won state title a couple years ago. Coach Cardoso, we got rings, and they're pretty cool from championship award guys up in Plainville. They're really cool. And the guy in front of me had a ring on that was like twice the size. And I'm like, excuse me, sir, is that like an NFL ring? He goes, no, it's a high school ring. High school? And he says, yeah. I said, where are you from? And he says, he's from Georgia. So they're high school, they're...
Yeah.
It's a different animal down south in the Southwest. Not that it's not up here, but yeah.
No, my wife has a cousin, or a relative anyway, that coaches baseball down south. And just as a baseball coach, that high school baseball coach is his full-time job. And right. He's not teaching anywhere. He's not an athletic director anywhere. He makes his living high school baseball coach. I just can't imagine when I know some of the stipends up in the Northeast. You're you're not surviving. No, you need more. Okay, we're gonna take a break. When we come back, we're gonna dive into the Red Sox. And are you happy? Are you upset? With the trade deadline, Matt's got his opinions on some of the players that came in.
I'm sure Moose will call in.
I'm sure Moose has some opinions as well. And we want to hear from you. 401-766-1240. And you're in the cheap seats with Pat and Kevin. Today joined by Matt and Marty on 99.5 FM, 1240 AM, and OneSocketRadio.com.
The latest Buick and GMC models are available at Tasker Buick GMC in Woonsocket. Buick Encore, Envision, Enclave, and Envista are on the lot waiting for you to take one for a test drive. New GMC crossovers, SUVs, as well as trucks and vans are also available. Thinking of a pre-owned vehicle? Tasker Buick GMC has more than 900 in stock, many under $15,000. Visit online, TaskerBuickGMC.com, or stop into 55 Fortin Drive, Woonsocket. Tasker Buick GMC, you will be satisfied. And remember, there are no tariffs on the vehicles in stock at Tasker Buick GMC. Are you looking to beautify your property this autumn? Look to A.J. Moran for stonework patios, steps, walkways, plus retaining walls. Are you looking to beautify your home this autumn? A.J. Moran can put veneer stone right on your house to have beautiful looking stone. And if that's not what you want, A.J. Moran can rebuild indoor fireplaces with veneer stone. It's real natural stone. Check out what they can do online, ajmoraninc.com. A.J. Moran.
If you're celebrating a major event, regardless of the reason, Michael's Meats of Cumberland can elevate your next meal from ordinary to extraordinary with meats so good your guests will ask you where you got them. Tell them Michael's Meats. Michael's Meats is in the Walgreens parking lot on Mendon Road in Cumberland, just north of the Ciabro Plaza. They're open Monday through Saturday at 9 a.m., making your next meal truly special. Here's this week's specials at Michael's Meats.
And this week's special at Michael's Meats. Michael's has fresh grade A jumbo party wings for just $2.88 a pound at Michael's Meats. Welcome back to the cheap seats with Pat and Kevin. I'm joined by Matt Callahan and Marty Crowley. And we mentioned Red Sox. Marty mentioned Moose. Put the two together. Let's go to the phone lines. And I believe we have Moose on line 2. Moose, are you there?
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning.
Good morning. You're joined by Marty Crowley and my son Matt Callahan today.
And your son Matt. Is that Blue with you?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Marty. How you doing, Blue?
Doing well, Moose. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Just talk a little Red Sox since you're on that topic. After having the Borough coach on.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to. I love the Little League World Series.
It's fun.
It is. It's so much fun. You can't, once you watch the first game, so you're hooked. You're hooked. Now you want to watch every game, which you probably can.
Yes.
Starting probably Monday.
Unless you have ESPN Plus. Some people have that, some people don't. Matter of fact, I never had it. My son actually bought it a couple of years ago. He's like,
I got it for the family.
He got it for the family. I said, okay, and I'm now in love with it. So I do recommend it.
College baseball's on there as well. It's
we got the ESPN, and of course, the ESPN 2.
Right.
The Plus, I do not have. Nesson, of course, I had. But to the Sox to quickly end the trade.
Yes.
And a trade deadline, should I say. So they really didn't pick up anything, and they're getting criticized, with Breslow and John Henry and all the executives of not doing much. But if you look at it this way, as far as starting pitching was concerned, the market was weak. There really wasn't that much, any outstanding stars except maybe for Joe Ryan.
That's who I wanted.
Who I ended up, staying with the Twins. I'm surprised he didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
We had him for about 2
somebody
seconds.
Would grab him.
There was a tweet out there from MLB that said the Red Sox had Joe Ryan. and Yahoo put it out there as well, and it was taken down. How long? About 2 minutes later.
It was about 2 minutes, and it was immediately deleted.
Yeah,
and that's what it
Yeah.
was.
That means there were
But, you know, and of
conversations,
course,
and it went
the name
through
that
for a
came up
second.
For Orion and has been for weeks is Duran. But you know, Gavin Duran is a 5-2 player. Yeah, he can 5-category player, I call it. He can hit for average. He can hit for power. He's got speed. He has RBI production, and he's a very good defensive player. So that that's you have too many ball players with that 5-2 or 5 category. So it was very tough. If they had gotten rid of him, I'd have been ticked off.
There was one rumor, and this is a trade I would have done. Of course, nobody consulted me. Marcelo Meyer was rumored, and as well as one of the existing outfielders. If the existing outfielder was a Yoshida, definitely. Possibly Abreu, because Meyer has been hurt. He's young. Does he have the reputation of being hurt? One of those guys, like a Trevor Story, who's put together a full year this year. But does Meyer, is he going to be one of those guys that's hurt? They're even talking about him not coming back this year.
Wow, it's that severe, huh?
So, I mean, I've heard that rumor. And there was an article, and the author was Chris Landers, that said the Red Sox did not pull the trigger on Joe Ryan because they didn't want to trade one of their existing outfielders. MLB outfield, and that's a problem because they have 5 outfielders. If you count Yoshida as an outfielder, now
got a plethora of outfielders. Yoshida, to me, see you later. I mean, Matsuoka, a ground ball to second. Yoshida, that's who he is. He shows nothing, and then what's he got? 3 RBIs, and he just got 2 the other night. And the homer came off one of these outfielders that pitched for the Twins the other night. He's not a useful player either on a bench or and he's stuck with the 5 outfielders. So what do you do with him? He's certainly expendable.
Right, but other teams know that too, so that's why you can't just go straight up 1-1.
What are you going to do with this guy? He's not a good defensive player either, and he doesn't have speed, doesn't have power. What's he got, guys?
I do not want Yoshida in the outfield. No way.
No Yoshida in the outfield.
There's no way I can ever put that guy out there.
He's useless. You can't use him. You can't use him anyway.
But a potential package, if you want to play that game of Yoshida and say Abreu, and then you can move Yoshida and Meyer, and you move Rafaela into second base. You got your outfield potential.
I think that's the reason they didn't want to push necessarily Meyer to come back super quick. Because
leads the team in home runs.
What's that?
Abreu. He's your leader. He's your leader in home runs. Team-wise, he's your home run leader. So he certainly exemplifies power. He's been slumping a bit, but he's a great defensive outfielder and has a heck of an arm.
Right.
So, but he would have been expendable because they have a plethora of outfielders.
That's the thing. Yeah, in order to get a Joe Ryan, you really do have to give up something.
Got to give something up.
Breslow didn't pull the trigger. I give Breslow credit. What did he bring in? He brought in Bregman, brought in Chapman, and he brought in Crochet. I don't think he gets enough credit for bringing in the only 3 All-Stars that Boston sent this year to the All-Star game. So he brought them in. I think the issue that most fans are having is they're right there, they're on the cusp, and they feel that Joe Ryan could have put them over the edge this year, of a potential World Series, not just a wild card spot in the playoffs. So we'll see.
I just don't trust Cora again. I'm sorry. You know how I feel about Alex Cora. Well, He'll find a way to screw up.
This is a huge test this August. Moose is Cora. Yeah, the post All-Star swoon, the August swoon. This is a huge test. I disagree with you on Cora. I like Cora. We've come back with who I don't know what managers out there that could do a better job than Cora off the top of my head. But this is a huge test for him. And last night's win.
We'll see. His reputation precedes himself.
Now it does.
Last 4 or 5 years.
Right.
I mean. He's made so many mistakes.
Yep.
And why shouldn't he do it this year? He'll find a way. And I don't want to be pessimistic about it, but this is what usually happens with him during the latter half of the season. And as you said, they've got many more additions and a better team than they've had in the last 3 or 4 teams heading into the last couple of months of the season.
Right, and I am excited. I mean, Roman Anthony coming through last night in the 10th inning. It was at least a sac fly. I don't think the center fielder for Houston went after it hard enough. It was going to be a sac fly anyway. It was hit to the warning track.
You weren't going to throw him out.
Tom Karen says that Roman Anthony will be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, Tom Karen. I don't know if you heard my son Matt.
Will be a Hall of Famer, Tom Karen says, and I couldn't really agree more right now.
Right now,
I
can't
love
hear
this
Matt
guy.
because his mic's not on, or you don't have him hooked up.
He's saying that he's just quoting Tom Karen, saying that that Tom Karen has Roman Anthony in the Hall of Fame.
I couldn't agree more.
Let's not go overboard.
So-
I mean,
Guy's certainly on pace.
anyway, hey, thanks for your time,
Thanks,
and
Louis.
we'll talk more Red Sox next week.
Sounds
and
good.
Take care, gentlemen. Marty, take care, Blue.
You too, Moo.
All right. The Mighty Moose joining us on the phone lines in the cheap seats. Okay, Marty, you had you're our resident Oriole expert, and before we get too far more into the Red Sox, Cedric Mullins. I mean, it's one of the best players of Baltimore. I don't know how he was doing this year. To be fair, I know Baltimore's fallen on some hard times, but off to the Mets. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, the O's have dealt with a lot of injuries, so like Mullins, O'Hearn, and
Also rumored to come to
Laureano
Boston.
went to the Padres.
Yep.
The guy who, Charlie Morton, who's 112, still pitching, got dealt, but
Rumors for him
Ramon
coming.
Urias, great infielder for them, was having a good year for them as well.
Yeah.
But they still got their core intact.
Gunnar.
Henderson, Holiday, Reichman. The thing with them is that they can score runs, they can play defense, but they just no pitching.
Right.
And their pitching is hurt, and everybody's hurt, and so. In this day and age, either you're a buyer or you're a seller. There's no
in between.
You
No.
can't be the Milwaukee Bucks of the '80s.
Yeah, exactly.
And just be 500 anymore. You gotta
Right.
be. You gotta be there.
Yeah, you're on one side. And about a month ago, the Orioles actually started putting a little scare in the people. They had a nice little winning streak. They got close to 500, and then I don't know if it was injuries or whatever. They fell off again, and it's just Gunnar Henderson. He's a real deal.
He's amazing.
Guy,
Yeah, and you had your catcher Reichman. He was out for about a month, 5 weeks, and so when you lose your catcher for 5 weeks, your backup's good, but he's not your starter.
No, and you see that with the Sox and how I never bought into the whole Connor Wong last year. I was psyched at how well he did, and what he's doing this year is how I felt he was going to do. I am very happy with Narvaez to the point I don't want to see Connor Wong. I know you have to give Narvaez a break here and there, but Connor Wong is. Not the backup I'm looking for.
Quite literally the worst player in MLB history.
That was one of the players. The Sox were rumored to be going after Vasquez again. I was okay with them picking up Christian Vasquez just as in the backup role.
He had 1 RBI through 100 at bats this season, which is the least in qualified. Ever.
And if you have any thoughts on the Red Sox, the trade deadline, give us a call, 401-766-1240. We still got about 5-10 minutes left in the show. Matt, you follow this a little bit more closely than I do. What can you tell us about, they got lefty reliever Steven Matz from the Cardinals for Blaze Jordan, great name. And they picked up Dustin May from the Dodgers, and one of the guys they gave up was one of the guys they pulled in from the Devers trade, sending him back to the West Coast. What were your thoughts? Because my initial thoughts, and Marty, I don't know how you were with this. I'm like, who? And who? And because I'm out of my baseball card collecting days, and I just don't know the sport as well as I did. I know the Sox a bit, but I don't know Steven Matz or Blaze Jordan. What can you tell us about these guys, Matt? Are we excited? Are we?
I mean, not really. I mean, they're
great.
They're okay. I mean, so the problem here is Dustin May he's already passed his his career innings pitched in a season. He's well past that.
Great.
So I don't know how much more he's got in the tank this season.
So he's inches away from coming off Tommy John surgery, which the Red Sox love to grab those guys.
Steven Matz is also 50 years old, give or take. So he's well
I
past.
think he's 37 for those that don't know.
Yeah, but he doesn't. Yeah, lefty
specialist.
Yeah, he doesn't really throw that hard. I don't know. He doesn't really bring. I just think just looking for guys that can just.
I mean, I'm not saying
baseball at this point. I think.
Yeah.
Just a guy that can throw a couple innings here because he's not going to come in and start. Dustin May has taken that role, that 5th, 6th man spot starter.
Day-night
guy.
doubleheader guy when the game gets rained out.
May was also getting slated to move to the bullpen with the Dodgers, so he would have been the odd man out there. He was
The Dodgers keep doing that, though. They keep giving us those guys that aren't going to be successful for them.
This is the question, and I heard this once earlier this week. Like, wait, the Dodgers are defending World Series champions, looking to retain that title, and they're getting rid of players, and we're happily picking up these guys that the Dodgers are willing to give up.
6-7 with a 4.85 ERA for Dustin May. He's only going over. He's only thrown 7 innings once, and that was July 3rd against the White Sox. Other than that, he's 4 2/3, 4 2/3, 5. He's a short guy.
Right, and I do know that the reason, or one of the reasons why the Sox gave up on Blaze Jordan, he was going to be one of those Rule 5 guys, which they expected him to get drafted by, which for those that don't know, Rule 5 is you enter free agency. If he gets picked up by another team, he has to be in the major leagues next year. He's putting up decent numbers. They expected to lose him anyway. He was putting up good numbers at AAA.
Like 302 with 12 homers.
Yeah.
Problem is, though, he was playing third base for AAA. Bregman's playing third base for us. Christian Campbell's taking all the reps at first base, which is probably the position that we need most right now.
And the fact that they didn't promote him to first base up in Boston is very telling, because they're still going with the
and the other thing is, Yoshida's our so-called DH. So they don't want to. If they bring him up, Yoshida is literally gonna sit the bench and not play ever.
But
that's the thing is, like, Yoshida's eating up money right now that we can't really even give away because of the fact that he's not really playing. He's not really putting up great numbers. Right. He's coming off an injury, so.
Though he did have the sac fly last night, didn't he? On that ball that came back in the play, because he didn't roll over.
Yeah, it was foul, and it came back. Yeah.
It was one of those 200
Jesus Sanchez can't catch a baseball. Shout out Ben Sharp.
Oh, Ben
Houston, Texas.
All right, Ben's listening.
Yeah.
Extending the boundaries all the way down to Houston.
He's listening right now, so from what I'm told.
Wow, and it's early in the morning.
Quick shout out to Andy Tutkin, my former broadcast partner here on Friday Night Lights. Andy is an educator at Cumberland High School. Wrote a great book about McCoy Stadium, by the way, if you haven't picked it up. And he was on the coaching staff of the Martinez Sturgeon in Martinez, California, in the Pecos League.
Probably watch that on ESPN Plus.
Yeah, well, you know what? There's 20
got
games
everything.
in the league. It's a pro league. You got a hit last week.
Has
It's
to be
good for
on there.
Andy. And last shout out of the day to the 11 amp series and today for broadcasting.
Oh my gosh!
Last night it was this kid Chris Pierce was phenomenal last night down at River Island Park.
Yes.
If you get a chance on Friday night, there's still more 3 Friday nights to come down. Live music down at the River Island Park 11 amp series. It's phenomenal. It's a family friendly atmosphere, and Dave broadcasts out live, so shout out to Dave and 11 amp people again.
They have a new stage set up, and I was reading in the Valley Breeze how, like, the way they designed it too was to make it a little bit even easier for Dave and the ON crew to go down there and set up their concerts. So hopefully that's working out better for them as well. So a couple of things that we didn't really have time to get to. The Bryce Hopper, Rob Manfred in the locker room. I don't know if you caught this. Bryce Hopper asked Rob Manfred respectfully to please leave the premises with just a few F-bombs mixed in, as Manfred basically wants a salary cap. Bryce Hopper does not. And for those of you that like to talk work stoppage stuff, you got this baseball season. You get next one. But if the history of baseball is any indication, enjoy it. As far as like salary caps, the only one I understand is hockey. They have a ceiling. They have a floor that you have to spend to. I don't understand the NBAs. I don't understand footballs. People are just coming and going. Some people can make $58 million a year. Other people can only make $3 million. I don't understand. You can re-sign your guy. It's all over the place. Hockey, I get. If they're going to do a salary cap, please do it like hockey, so I can understand it. Also,
I have one more question as well.
Yeah, go ahead.
What are our thoughts on the Twins sending out 10 players at the deadline? They are like possible playoff team, and now they're just getting rid of their entire roster.
Yeah, no, the Twin, and what is Joe Ryan thinking? Like, how did they not trade me?
Yeah, they got rid of everybody else.
Yeah,
now he's pitching for nobody.
Yeah, it's so that's going to be tough. He's going to be the Paul Skeens of the American League. He's going to have a great ERA with a horrible record.
He's
And
10-5 right now, but it's
he's going to finish the year with 10 wins.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like the clubhouse in Minnesota is going
sub
to be
3
the most.
ERA. It's only going to go downhill too.
It's going to be the most dysfunctional clubhouse now in baseball. So, and then lastly, tonight in Tennessee, and for those that might have a 4K TV, it's in 4K. There aren't too many baseball games that are at the racetrack in Tennessee in front of 87,000 fans tonight. The Braves are playing. I have it right here in front of me. There we go, the Reds at the racetrack. About 90,000, 87 to 90,000 people. I've seen pictures of it. They're like in the corner. If you can picture a racetrack with it's
sweet.
Home plate. It's kind of like in the back corner around one of the turns. I guess they're getting some people in the infield to watch the game as well. I guess
I saw race cars with their logos on it too.
Yeah, so they'll probably
on
be
the track.
races of cars around the track.
I don't know. That was yesterday though, so I don't know. But
the game is tonight. It's on Fox. So just from good for MLB that keep the name going. 87,000 to 90,000 people. I don't know if you heard about this.
Somewhere
game.
Bill Veck is smiling.
Yeah, exactly. Bill Veck. You may not know this. He's an old timer from the. Last with the Oakland A's, I believe,
when they had,
and Chicago White
Clemento.
Sox.
They had the disco
night,
yeah, whatever. But
they burned disco records in 1980, and pretty much Comiskey Park was set afire.
in Chicago, right?
They had to cancel Game 2 of the doubleheader.
Yeah,
I think it
good.
officially went down as a forfeit. So, all right, we are at the end of our show in the cheap seats with Pat and Kevin, joined by Marty Crowley and Matt Callahan today. We want to thank and wish good luck to Steve Tonicourt for Burrillville Little League. That game is on 7 o'clock tonight as they take on New York on ESPN Plus. I believe the rest of their games will be on ESPN. Check your local listings, as they say. Congratulations to Marty for getting a new football coach. I'm sure he can rest easy now and take the rest of the summer off because fall sports doesn't begin in 2 weeks, Marty. And Nat, thank you for joining us in. And Pat, get out of the real world. Come back. You have a home here in the cheap seats with Pat and Kevin. Everyone, have a great weekend. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for listening and watching on the Facebook page on ON, YouTube ON Worldwide, and joining us on 99.5 FM, 1240 AM, and OneSocketRadio.com. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Broadcasting